summer of 2006, and it was a nice hot summer's day, and I was having a drink with some friends. The wine probably had something to do with what happened after that, really, because a couple of glasses of wine, I think it probably affected my judgment a bit. And we were chatting about how broke we were and thinking about what we were going to do about that. And my brother had just announced that he was going to get married. And so it was a year until the wedding. It was the following midsummer that he was getting married. And I thought, what am I going to do? I've only got one brother, and I wanted to buy something nice for a present. So it was either go into debt, which is a bit disastrous, isn't it? So hard to get out again, or do something else, or buy something small, I suppose, buy something rubbish. And he wouldn't have minded if it was a small present, but because I just got the one brother and it was just the one wedding that I'd be going to, I wanted it to be something a bit more special. So, sitting there with my friends, sipping our glasses of wine, I said, right, that's it. I'm going to live for a year from now on just £1 a day. And I was quite good at shopping before. I used to like it, my friend Borna and I. We used to go out and find something, just something for the weekend to wear, or look in a jewellery shop and find some new earrings. I've got a bit of a weakness for earrings. And we'd sit over coffee after coffee, and we'd sit there and spend money. We'd spend £10 just sitting in a coffee shop, having a couple of coffees each, and it doesn't seem to go anywhere, that money. It's just vanished into the ether. And the same if I was by myself and I had half an hour to kill before work or before meeting someone. I'd just buy a magazine, sit down with my favourite big coffee, venti soya chai tea latte, which was £3.34 at the time. So that was right out of the question. But that was my very favourite drink, and I could swig a couple of those as well. You know, and that's a tenner gone again, just like that. I missed it. I missed coffee the most. I really like a cup of coffee, and I like the whole social side of having a coffee, that you watch the world go by, you relax, you feel like you're treating yourself, you meet people, you chat to people, you're a regular at a coffee shop, all those things about it I really enjoy, and I missed that very much during the year. But now and then, in the free papers, or advertised in the shop, there was an offer, sampling day, or a coupon where you could go in and try their latest rainforest brand or something like that, if they had a new kind of coffee coming up. So I'd get that free paper, I'd get 3 or 4 more free papers, I'd rip out the coupons and invite my friends for a coffee. How about a coffee? You have to come to this shop. So I was a bit more specific than before, but I really loved that, and it was so much more of a treat having a coffee in a place like that than just sitting in the park with some value brand 40p coffee, you know, that jar of powder. It looks a bit like mud, tastes a bit like mud, but at least it was something. But having a proper one in a coffee shop was a super treat compared to that, and to this day I appreciate it more, I think, after going without it for so long. Pick up things literally for free from the charity shop. So if I wanted to, I could go out for a day and go around the greengrocers and get a bag of soggy veg, and get some bones, some squash fish heads. I could get some old books, and perhaps if I was very, very extravagant, I might pay 50p and get something like a jacket or a pair of jeans or something that wasn't in very good shape, but just something different as well. But I had a whole, like a round of places that I'd found by spending my shoe leather on it, where I could go and find things just about free or really cheaply. And one of the most important stops on that tour of going around places was the library. It wasn't just for the internet, which was great. In Bristol we can have up to 2 hours free. You can do it in a 30-minute slot, and then get some more time and more time after that. And you can book it ahead. And that was really useful if I wanted to register on a website. You usually have to go through a bit of a rigmarole if you want to get a free sample for something. They want to know everything about you, don't they? But it's worth it in the end if you've got the time to do that, and it's not costing you anything. I kept in touch with all my friends through the internet as well, because we weren't doing texting or phone calls. I'd sometimes do the old-fashioned thing of dropping a note through somebody's letterbox around where I lived, and I might ask people to pass a message on for me through other people. If I'd found something free or if I got tickets for something, I'd ask them to pass the word on. But it was so important for communication to have that internet connection at the library. And also, of course, the books, wonderful resource. I got all kinds of books I wouldn't have thought of getting otherwise, like Food for Free, where to find food off the hedges, what kind of mushrooms, although I was a bit scared about that, what kind of mushrooms you could look for. I looked at map books as well and found walks. There was a book of walks in my area. And so I had entertainment just like that. I had all these different places I hadn't explored myself. And I was like a tourist in my own town. And that was all thanks to the resources in the library. I think it's made us appreciate things a lot more too. Because even now, even to this day, I find it very hard to spend money. You look at things in the shops and think, I don't need that or that or that or that or that. And sometimes I come away empty-handed thinking, what did I come to the shops for? Because really, I think I've changed in what I need. I thought I needed a lot of things that I didn't need. I just wanted them, really. I'd say, okay, I need a new coat. And that wasn't really true. I was just fed up with the old coat. And it wasn't even worn out. It just wasn't the colour I liked anymore or something like that. Or I need a coffee. I need a drink. You know how you do it. And it wasn't that at all. In fact, it was just what I wanted to do. So getting down to the basics of what I genuinely needed was quite a good thing for me, I think, to recognise how little you actually do need and what are the most important things. And they really were the things that I didn't have to buy with money. My partner and I did a month of many different things after we started living together. For instance, we did a month when we ate as vegans. We did a month when we didn't shop from anywhere further than 10 miles from our house. So everything we ate and drank came from within that radius. We did a month without any packaging. So we bought things only without packaging attached to them. And the hardest one of all was a month in January without any heating. January before last. It was nearly as cold as this one. It was -10 some nights. But the pipes didn't freeze, luckily. And we didn't freeze, so that was the very hardest one we did. But I wrote those into another book, which is coming out quite soon. And that's called Doing the Right Thing.